My new 6'11" Giannis Antetokounmpo build is a freak of nature on NBA 2K24. From amazing driving contact dunk animations and even some standing dunk animations as well, this build can put the ball on the floor and actually dribble a pretty good amount, and of course it can knock down the occasional three. I'm not gonna waste too much of your guys' time. If you're new to the channel, make sure to go ahead and drop a like, subscribe. Let's go ahead and get right into this build. Now, as you guys know, the first build I made this year, and usually most years, is the Giannis build, and today I think I finally found the best version that I've been playing with a good amount. We went with the center position this time, just so when we're playing like the rec center and stuff like that, we don't get matched up at power forward. We will get the center position pretty much every single time. I'm going with 6'11". You know, Giannis is maybe around 6'11", 7 foot. So I think 6'11" is a nice sweet spot. 245 pounds. So we're going to be able to get a 92 strength, which you'll see in a second. And we're gonna go with a 7'6" wingspan. Now that I've played this game for a little while, I finally understand where the kind of like the thresholds are with certain animations and attributes. So for the driving dunk, we're gonna take this to a 90. I believe my first Giannis build had a 93, which was just like not the greatest, and I didn't really tell too much of a difference after I played on builds with like a 90. So a 90 driving dunk, you're gonna get a ton of contact dunk animations, a perfect sweet spot, and we're gonna take our standing dunk to a 90 as well. So you're gonna be able to get all the elite big man contact dunk animations. I believe a 90 driving dunk, you only get one contact dunk, just like regular driving contact dunk. But again, if you have like slash or takeover, you get Mamba mentality, you unlock them all anyway. And I just hit starter 3, so I went with a 78 driving layup. So we got the Sabonis layup package, which is extremely glitchy, and I'll show you guys here in a second. And we just took our post control to a 32 just because I think we had extra attributes. Now with my old Giannis build, I kind of had some weird stats. Like I had like a 93 driving dunk, an 81 standing dunk, a 74 layup, which didn't really unlock too many thresholds. So what I wanted to test out mainly were these layup packages. You guys can see right there, dude, the Sabonis layup package has bailed me out a ton, but I also wanted to try out some of these standing dunks, and I will tell you, a 90 standing dunk is game changing. Like if you only have like an 81 for the original just dunk packages, the pro contacts, you need to try out that 90. It is game changing. But you can see right there, bulldozering people. If people aren't open on the fast break, you can put the ball down on the floor and actually combo up and finish around the rim with nice little Euro step, two-step layups animations. Like you guys saw, I did unlock two-step on Hall of Fame. But again, nice little floater right there. You can see the paint is congested. When you're playing random rec, you kind of have to have badges like this. But again, put the ball on the floor, step back. Look at this. Oh my, Euro step finish with a tough left-handed layup, only with a 78 driving layup animation. You can see again, putting the ball on the floor, big contact dunk meter. If you can create enough space, you can definitely get a big meter. And of course, you guys will see later, you can shoot the mid-range, you can shoot the floater like you guys have been seeing like right there. But again, even the offensive rebounds, which I have pretty high, you're going to be able to get a lot of standing dunk animations off that as well. Again, look at everybody just kind of running around in the paint, finish with a nice little hop, a little bunny animation, which you do get on gold. And then another tough floater from beyond the free throw line, which is pretty absurd. Little snatch back, people sending me screens. I could have shot the 3, but you know what? We're gonna try another little bunny animation right there, just slow enough to get down there in the paint. Little and one standing meter contact dunk animation. Look at this. This is when I just upgraded the build. Like no animations, like no speed with ball, pull back dunks, whatever the case is, and even some contact alley-oops. Now, I wanted to make sure my Giannis build wasn't just a liability. Playing on an inside center, especially if you play rec center like I do, is just not the move. I promise you, especially a lot of random rec people just do not know how to play with an inside center. So we went with a 76 mid-range. That's gonna give us really good animations, like catch and shoot is gonna be on silver. You're gonna get guard up on silver, open looks on silver, green machine on silver. So you're gonna be able to knock down shots very consistently. And I'm testing the limits out. If you guys saw the jump shot video that I just posted, I went with a 65 three-point shot, and I've been able to knock down shots very consistently. Of course, you're not going to be like a sharpshooter, so you don't think that, but you're going to be able to actually be a threat out there behind the arc, and you'll be able to shoot threes very well. And then again, I went with a 78 free throw just so I can knock down those free throws. I know if you went to an 80, you would get silver free points, but honestly, free throws are so weird this year, and they're kind of not the cheapest attribute anymore, so I just went with a 78, and we knocked him down pretty consistently as well. Now, like you guys know, my last Giannis build had a 73 pointer, and I believe it was like a 64 mid-range, which was not that good. For some reason, I don't know why, 64 mid-range didn't cut it. So I wanted to make sure I had a pretty good mid-range so I could be consistent there, but I also wanted to be able to shoot the 3, and I've been pleasantly surprised, as you guys can see by some of these clips, how well this build can really shoot the 3-pointer, and I really haven't even focused on getting my hot spots yet. Look, I'm letting defenders fly by me, and I'm still able to knock those down. You can see this guy's kind of scouting me with Mamba mentality, little quick little V cut, go back out to the 3-point line, able to knock that down. So it's not just standing still in the corner the whole entire time and shooting, but you can see here, I'm using that Jokic move to create a nice little mid-range jumper for myself, especially in the random rec when people just like to run in the paint nonstop. Having a mid-range and having a game like that is crucial, but you can also see we can take the ball coast to coast and start to knock down those shots. And then we can spot up on the wing a little bit. You can see I'm wide open right there. Let my defender fly by me, put the ball on the floor a little bit, able to knock down that 3-point shot. And again, the mid-range is where I kind of was lacking with my last build the most, but I'm able to consistently make these fades. I'm using Kevin Durant dribble pull-up, hitting deep fades pretty much every single time. You can see we're playing a little bit of defense there down in the paint. I'm going to go run to the paint, but you can see my whole team's running down there too. Look how many defenders jump. We end up knocking that down as well, but you can see I'm in the park now, putting the ball on the floor a little bit. That was my first time playing on this build, that game right there, but you can see again, little mid-range dribble pull up, just knocking down the standstill mid-range. Corner shots, I'm going to show you guys some catch and shoots right here. Again, like I said, if you guys need this jumper, definitely go check out that video in the park. We're knocking down shots, so it's not just the rec center. We're pretty much hitting everywhere. You know, off the dribble a little bit, they leave you open in the corner. You already know you're knocking that down. Now for the playmaking, this is where I wanted to make a little bit of an upgrade. I wanted to make sure I can actually pass the basketball pretty efficiently. I went with a 75 pass accuracy. That's going to give a silver break starter. Not going to be the greatest like pass outlets every single time, but you do get a very good amount of like good animations where they don't fumble the basketball. So 75 is very nice. You unlock a couple of the pass styles as well. I think it's like Sabonis and John Morant, so you can get those too. Our ball handle is still going to be a 70, which I really like, so you get a lot of good animations, and you also get at least bronze unpluckable. And our speed with ball is going to go to a 56, so we're going to be able to get the normal dribble style, and you can actually put the basketball down on the floor a little bit and do a couple combo moves if you don't get spammed. Now next we got the defense. This is where I changed a couple things. We're going to go with a 74 interior defense, which you might say is kind of low, but you will be able to get bronze post move lockdown, which is actually a lot better than you would think. We have got a 71 perimeter defense. I wanted to make sure this was pretty well balanced and I could actually get some contest out there if I'm in like the pick and roll or anything like that. So we do get bronze challenger, so we can actually get some contest out there with a 61 steal. You guys know, at all my big man builds, I always like to at least go to 60 so we can get that interceptor and we get a ton of lanes. This time, after I've started messing around with a ton of different center builds you guys have seen on the channel, I went with a 78 block, and so far I have not seen a problem at all. I get a lot of good block animations, a lot of good wall ups. So a 78 block, you'll still get a ton of different block animations to contest in the paint with that 74 interior. And probably the biggest thing that I've changed about the defense, I went with an 85 offensive rebound. So we do get that gold box out beast, and we only have silver rebound chaser, but you'll notice I'll have a very high vertical. And so far, I mean, at the early stages of me playing on this build, I have not seen any issues with actually rebounding the basketball. So we got an 85 offensive rebound and a 70 defensive rebound. So usually it's kind of flip-flopped, but for my build, this is what I'm going with. Now, I didn't save too many clips on this part, but I did want to show you guys kind of the offensive rebound and some of the defensive rebound, of course, some steals and stuff like that. But this is a 78 block with bronze anchor, getting snatch blocks. Again, like I said, I think defensive rebounds are a little bit easier to get, so that's why I kind of went a little bit lower. But you can see right there, great example of me just being able to rise up and snag. And of course, the O-board goes crazy. And basically being 7 foot and you're going to match up with a lot of bigger people in the rec center, a 70 speed is actually pretty clutch, and we're gonna go with a 60 acceleration so you can actually move pretty well with the basketball. And this build is gonna have a 92 strength, so you're not gonna be getting bullied that often pretty much at all in the paint. My first Giannis build, I did believe I gave 96 just so I could test out that Hall of Fame bulldozer, which is okay, but that Hall of Fame immovable enforcer is pretty nice. But you're gonna get gold on this build, so it's pretty much about the same, to be honest with you. And an 85 vertical, like I mentioned, for the rebounding definitely plays a big factor, so we can definitely jump very well at 6'11", which is pretty nice. And then we're just gonna dump the rest of this onto our stamina. I believe you get a 97 stamina, and that's gonna rock out our build. And this is gonna be my new Giannis build that I have so far, and I've had a ton of fun with it on NBA 2K24. I know some of you guys care about the shades, and the shades are actually kind of sick. So we got Bam Adebayo, you can see we've got DeAndre Ayton and Anthony Davis, and it's kind of a clickbaity kind of name, an interior threat, because this build does a lot more than just dominating the paint. We got floaters, jumpers, we can shoot the basketball, and of course the mid-range game is there as well. Now, if you want that custom jersey, go to the Toronto Raptors. You'll be able to get that custom jersey. So I made this build on January 16th. Today is the 20th. So with 3 days of playing on this build, I'm already a 94 overall. All for playing the rec center too. I've only played online. That's how good this build is. And this is how I upgraded my build. You guys can see right now, we've got the driving dunk, the contact dunk. So we maxed out our shooting. Playmaking is getting there. Our defense is getting there. And of course, our physicals are already pretty much maxed out. Now, the way I would go about upgrading this, the first few things I definitely upgraded was my shooting. I wanted to make sure all this was maxed out because I knew I was going to need to shoot a little bit. Pretty much I went with, I think I went with originally an 81 standing dunk just so I could kind of just get the original dunk packages for standing dunks. I maxed out my driving dunk, and I think I took my driving layup maxed out too. I maxed out my playmaking, and I think I took my pass accuracy to like a 60. I don't know if I've upgraded this since I made the build at a 90. And defensively, I would definitely just kind of recommend going with this. And the last couple things you upgrade are your perimeter defense and interior. Those really aren't going to be the biggest factor early on, but you want to make sure you got that steal. You want to make sure your block and rebounding is maxed out. So I kind of went that route. And then I maxed out my speed and acceleration first. My strength, I believe I just took to like silver bulldozer, so I think an 84 strength, and I worked my way up. Then I went with a 78 vertical just so I could get the contact dunks, and I maxed out my stamina. So if you're gonna go that route, that's probably how I would upgrade the build if you're originally just making it. And you guys can see by the badges too, like I mentioned, they're very overpowered. That silver space trader you guys saw in some of those animations, it comes in clutch. The hop jumpers, that little Jokic move that I've been doing, this helps a lot. And that silver mini magician is super clutch. You can see I use it a good bit. Then we got other good animations like two-step on a Hall of Fame. We can get pro touch. We got the bunny animation only with a 78 layup, which is pretty nice. Big driver, aerial wizard, precision dunker, like I said, on gold. So that's going to help us with those standing contact dunks as well. A lot of good other gold badges and silver badges here. You can see box out beast, bulldozer, brick wall, rise up. We got rebound chaser, posterizer, catch and shoot. So the build is pretty lethal. Now here's what I did with my floor setters. You might be thinking they're kind of insane. But honestly, you don't really lose your badges anymore, to be honest with you. So if just whatever you want to kind of start off with, that's how I would kind of put on these floor setters. Here are my current animations as of right now. I'm going with the normal dribble style. A lot of Giannis moves were actually pretty good. And then of course, since I do have that 70 ball handle, I do get a lot of different good pro moves and some basic ones just talking to the animations that I want. But I would definitely recommend also putting on that Vince Carter step back. It's super good. Always up to suggestions. If you guys know any other good dunk packages that I'm not using, let me know down below in the comment section. We've got quick drops. Like I said, we do get that first pro contact dunk. We get a couple pro contact dunks, one moving, two moving. And then again, like I said, you do get both of these standing dunk animations with that 90 standing dunk. So it's pretty clutch. And I'm only using Giannis Antetokounmpo as of right now. I'm also using LeBron James. But like I said, if I'm missing any other dunk packages, please let me know. Hopefully you guys do enjoy this build. Like I said, so far, this has been a ton of fun. Let me know what you guys think about it down below in the comment section. If you end up making it, let me know too. If you want to see some more gameplay on this build, maybe me taking it to the rec center, you guys let me know. But until next time, it's been your boy Dignified. I'm out. Peace.